Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, March 17th. I'm on the AM blog run, I guess. I don't know. Yesterday, I only had time for an AM blog. The PM blog, I did an audio recording because it was too dark in my car to actually record video specifically. I had a late night. We had dinner, the company dinner I had to attend, so I didn't get home until like midnight, which is like out and about that late. I was a bit tired, but regardless of that, a lot of it comes down to that it was just too dark in the car to record, so I just kind of rambled on in an audio recording. I haven't had any time to do any editing because I got home so late, so you'll probably see like an impromptu AM vlog come out today from yesterday, and that'll probably be it. It'll get abruptly cut off because I didn't know what my timing was. So anyway, yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm literally gonna just kind of go until the phone cuts out. Once the phone cuts out, which is approximately 30 minutes, that's it, and that's it for the morning, and then I'll just continue where I left off in the afternoon. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that I really talked about last time. I did touch on yesterday morning about City Skylines. What else do we have going on? Oh, excuse me. Other games that I want to play, other video content I want to produce. The beer brewing is still something I want to do. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to be brewing beer. It's just a matter of, can I get a good content format out of that to make either how-tos or some kind of educational video there. What else are we going to do? Actually, let's open that window. I'm still messing with audio levels too, so I don't know where I can get like the best ventilation in the car to reduce the amount of audio noise. But if I can keep, I'm still messing with the audio levels in the car to really see how well I can pick up my voice, what's going to disturb my voice, so on and so forth. So that's still experimental at this point, but I'm getting the hang of a few things. If this turns out to be, successful, like I still have, things to talk about every day, I'll pick up a microphone. What else will I do? I guess the microphone's really the big thing, getting like a better mic, something that I can just like clip on, or have something somewhere in here that picks up my voice a lot better, not the wind or the road noise and things like that. I feel like I got like an eye crusty that survived the shower or something. It's weird. Anyway, I'm actually feeling a little shitty today. At dinner last night, I had a very heavy meal that did not agree with my tum-tum. I am lactose intolerant, so certain things set me off in a giant bowl of like, it was like vodka. It was like a creamy vodka sauce with like shreds of Parmesan on top, flakes of Parmesan on it. I mean, it was fucking delicious. Oh my god! But my tum-tum not very happy with me right now. I had quite a bit to drink too. I mean, not a lot, not too much. I had to at least have some self-control, but a couple beers while we were there, and then at one point I just switched over to water. Once everybody started, like, the first few people started heading out, that's why I kind of just switched over to drinking some water, just to help flush things out. But damn. But the damage was done at that point. My tummy was just not good. Just popped some Tums before I left the house to help things along. Just very burpy. Well, very burpy, very farty, very very disgusting overall. That's what I want. Some chocolate covered nanners going up in here. Wow. So yeah, usually when I vape, like if it's in a video or something, because I'll vape in the video, I don't give a shit. I want to get a better way of like kind of abstracting that sound. I'm going to kind of change up my recording format after XCOM. Yeah, the reason I say that is right now I'm playing with OBS to do my full content recording, and it works really well, except for the fact that I'm not separating any like my sound channels or anything like that. I usually use my editing software to record the face cam and the microphone, and then put those as separate layers on top of the video, whereas right now everything's embedded into one video stream, one audio stream, so it's very difficult for me to kind of separate things. And I didn't realize that until like we were already through like the third session, and then I wanted to, you know, play the game, so I didn't really change anything there. I think on the one of my short sessions, the fourth session, what's the term I'm looking for here? Why can't I formulate words? On the fourth session, I rather than spend the time trying to figure out how I wanted to redo it, I wanted to play, so I played. Yeah, so that's my own fault, really. It's foggy out today. I noticed it was really foggy last night, but I think it would be foggy this morning. So yeah, that's one thing I'll be fixing up, is just like some of the, not necessarily the production value, because I don't have any way to increase my production values right now. Well, I do. I mean, I have software that I just don't use to its full potential, but that's not my big concern. So games to play. I guess that the best thing I can do is post like a list of the games I own up on SpankyTheHero.com, and then what I can do is put up either like a voting system or something where people could just vote for things. I guess see what's popular as far as games to record. You know, I mentioned the Banished playthrough I want to do. Like I've definitely played that a lot. But I also want to achieve I want to get all the achievements. That's like on my list of things to do. It's very rare that I actually get a game to the point where I've reached almost, or gotten all the achievements without like intentionally trying. Like I got probably a good like 80% of those achievements just from playing the game, which is a huge, definitely like a huge step. So it was only a few left that I started like kind of targeting in my cities, and got to the point where I was down to 2. So yeah, I'll have one done soon enough once I actually just sit and let it kind of cycle through the years. And the second one we'll probably do like a live stream or something where we try to get to the population without schools. I've not succeeded on my own yet, but once that's done, I might play with more mods and such. Like I've already played with some mods that like really change the game around. So I'll explore that again. Add a little more variety to the game. This War of Mine, I'm definitely going to be doing some kind of a playthrough with. I'm not very good at the game yet, but I was actually looking at mods to kind of... So here's the challenge that I want to do. It's like a max days till ceasefire. If you're familiar with This War of Mine, when you play the regular story, there's a certain amount of days in the scenario until the war that's happening is over. There's a ceasefire, and that's kind of like the end of the game. You want to survive until the ceasefire. Well, when you make your own story, you can choose how many days until the ceasefire, the conditions for winter. So what I wanted to do was have a game where it's like, I think it's 80 days is the max until ceasefire. Typically it's like 30, 40 days. I want to do it like 80 days until ceasefire. And I'm going to adjust that a little too much. 80 days until ceasefire. And, you know, winter in the middle, like a standard conditional winter. What else I want to do? And I'm like just starting with like a crew of my choice. It's kind of like the plan is. I did play with some mods as far as like trying to balance out certain things. Like having like the higher stacks as far as what you can carry something I was really interested in, or at least like a backpack you can make to carry more stuff, or something to that extent, was definitely high on my radar. Just the initial like increasing stack size made the game somewhat easier. Like you're able to like build stuff and do things, but you're still limited by resources depending on what you can gather in the time period. Like you're really time crunched on a gathering or a scavenge, whatever the hell they call it. So I want that to play in. Just because the stack size increases doesn't mean you can carry it. Well, it does mean you can carry more stuff, but it still doesn't help you out in the variety of things that you need. Or yes, you can grab like a ton of these things, but you also need these things, which are going to take up a slot of your inventory, blah blah blah. So we'll definitely do that at some point. I don't think it's going to be live stream worthy. It could be, it really could be, but I'm not like, that's not like my primary aim there. I'm probably just going to do it like a recording sessions on that. Those will probably be shorter ones too. Like each day will be. Actually, can I do? I wonder if I can pull it off with each day being an episode, or like every episode being 2 days. I guess it really depends on how much stuff I do during the day. Like I can do little quick videos, which actually does still sound appealing, where it can be like a single day at a time, and I'll be uploading those. And those can kind of be like filler in between other things going on. So it'd be like every day I'll put up video A for game A, and then the next, in between those, like every other day posting one game, and then throwing this war mine in there, or throwing those in as like extra videos or bonus videos. Because I am targeting like one a day while I have active recordings going. Like right now, XCOM's the only active recording other than this. So it is what it is. I did talk about RimWorld. I think. No, maybe I didn't. RimWorld is a game that I picked up ages ago. It's kind of an early access game. Got it off Kickstarter. It is a ton of fun. It's another one of those cruel bitch games where, people can die and you got to kind of deal with it. Like you could save and load and do all sorts of stuff, but usually, like when I play it, I just kind of roll with the punches, and it's a shitload of fun. It's a shitload of frustration. It gets difficult as the game progresses. As time goes by, the game becomes more difficult. Essentially, what it is a game where it's a survival game. A spaceship of whatever plot point has exploded in space, and basically you have survivors that come down from escape pods, land on an unknown planet out in some RimWorld planet, and what you have to do is survive and build a way off. Basically, get a way off planet. Whether it's you build a ship or you get super lucky and have like some passerby that offers to take you off the planet. I've had that happen, which is such a lame way of going, but I've had it happen. I mean, getting off world is, fun and all. Like, that's the goal of the game. I've done it. But I find it more fun just to see how long I can survive, how big of a base defense I can build, and how long we can survive on this planet. You have to deal with random events that'll occur, whether they are a squirrel or some animal on the planet getting rabid and attacking anything it sees, going up to like space pirates drop potting down, raiding and kidnapping and pillaging. Like, it gets pretty crazy, or even local tribals attacking. There's some really crazy stuff that can happen, a big variety of it. Some of it gets a little old, a little fast, but where you have to deal with like a mechanoid species that'll, like a piece of their shit, like a drone core of some kind crash lands down. It's got dudes in it that'll, like, does like psychic damage to your people, and just being there makes people crazy, and it's nuts. So I can play that for sure. It is a lot of fun. I do enjoy playing it. There's a lot of micromanagement that needs to happen, but in the same breath, there's also a lot of mods for it too. Like Like some of the mods are like weapon mods where you get like a different variety to your weapons, which I really like because there's actually a very small, well, not very small, there's a pretty small selection of weapons that you can have, and they're kind of boring overall, whereas I like having like some specialty weapons and things like that. That guy was a dick. Did not have right of way. I mean, I do have some Xbox games, but I really have no interest in trying to capture my Xbox. Though Xbox hardly ever plays. I have some games for it that I got with it. I haven't really bought many games for it because it gets used as more of a glorified Roku than a gaming console, which is kind of pathetic. But that's what happens when you have kids. You don't really get to take over your main TV all the time. But, you know, we can come up with some stuff there. One idea that a buddy of mine gave me for like the Friday Night Magic, there's an app that I use called Forge, which is, it's an open source app for PC. It's a Java app, PC, Android, so whatever. But it's essentially magic. It doesn't have all the full functionality of, like, say if I were to play one of the official Magic games, but it's more for like building your decks and playing them in there. You construct a deck. But most of the rules are there overall. There's some newer stuff that's not like quite implemented, or some things that are trickier. It's all open source, so it's people, you know, taking care of that and building those rules in. But what he recommended I do is take Forge, run it on 2 PCs, and have that be Magic Night. So I thought about that. I'm like, oh, that's actually not too bad of an idea. Or say like my wife and I, or whoever I get to join me, we each play it. Each play the game and record it, like screen capture it. And as part of that screen capture, I just kind of trim it up to make it kind of fit better on a format where we can see each player and what's going on in the board state. So that actually did sound really interesting to me. It would be a lot easier to pull off than trying to get it all on camera, like physical cards, paper cards. It gives it like kind of a different concept overall, but we'll see how that plays out. If I can get it to just do like, if I could actually pull off like a multi-display kind of capture, that could be really amazing, where I could have certain things off to the side and capture it separately and then figure out how I want to overlay everything. But that's a thing that can definitely bring the Friday Night Magic option back. Well, I guess for now that's about it. That's about all I have for the AM, our AM session here. Can't really think of much. I got a very busy day today. Basically like an all-day meeting that's going to be interesting. So I guess I'm kind of not looking forward to that. I am looking forward to getting home and being at a normal time, being able to relax at some point this week. I may be working late tonight too, but not as late as when we went out to dinner. Let's wrap it up here. I think it's a good point to wrap up. I have a lot of stuttering points in this one that I got to trim out, so we're probably a good 15 minutes into the vlog, car vlog, the vlog. I'm just gonna call it the car vlog. Makes the most sense that way. Doesn't sound like I'm like swallowing and choking on my own tongue. So yeah, there's our wrap up point, and we'll be back with our PM vlog on the ride home. See you guys then. Hey everybody, afternoon edition of the car vlog. So where we left off this morning, I was kind of brainstorming ideas and stuff and thought about all sorts of things. But one thing I did do, I should probably roll up my windows a little bit. I burped and I hiccuped simultaneously. Kind of weird. One thing I did do today was I set up a poll on SpankyTheHero.com. Very basic poll, but you have essentially a list of games that I own that I'd consider doing recordings for So I just made a big list there that anybody can go on the site and select 3 games from that list and vote for them. So that's there. You'd have to, from the main page, you gotta scroll down. You'll just see like a list of games and like check boxes. So you can check up to 3, which is kind of cool. I can make it more, but I figured that's, pick 3 of those that you like, and I'll keep that as a running poll to see like really where the popularity is on these games and doing a series. I am, however, I probably should have pulled it off because I'm going to do it tonight anyway. I am going to do a recording for This War of Mine. I mentioned I was going to do that before. I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I decided rather than like a single day an episode, because that could be like a 5-minute episode really, I'll probably at least do like 3 days at a time and see how that comes out. I'm going to do a pilot run of that tonight. I just got to decide on what mods I want to run. I was pretty much in a meeting all day today, so I didn't really have time to, I didn't have like a lunch break to truly peruse the workshop. So I'll be doing that probably as soon as I get home, actually. So we'll do that. We'll take care of that. I'll get that sorted, and I'll record the first session tonight and see how it comes out. XCOM Episode 3 made it out today. That was an interesting episode overall. I wasn't very happy by the end of it, and if you didn't notice by the title, the title is Mistakes Were Made, so take that however you wish. That's going to be interesting. The follow-up to that will be out tomorrow, Episode 4. Tomorrow being Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I don't know if I'm going to have anything go up. Like no car vlogs, pretty much I'm going to make it that there's no content updates on weekends, which I guess is a little, ass backwards compared to what most people do. But I figure the weekends are going to be the weekends. I have a lot of stuff going on, actually. So I've mentioned a couple times now my daughter's birthday. Confirmed though, Saturday evening we are playing Gary's Mod. We have 5 people confirmed right now. So I want to see if I can get a few more so we can get a really good TTT game going. We'll be doing some prop hunt, and I'm not sure what other game modes everybody's going to be up for. Those are usually the big 2 amongst our group. So we'll probably get that going. But anyway, back to Saturday. So I mentioned Gary's Mod's going on, the birthday party. But even before the birthday party, I'm taking my daughter to Target. They're doing like a Pokemon Day thing. So I'm taking her down there so she can get a few treats, and I'll buy her a few things. I mean, if it's a good, we'll get her some goodies. What else we got going on? My wife did go today to Target to get some stuff for gifts for the kids for Easter and stuff. So she's gonna get some goodies regardless. Like this year is the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, so I'm kind of interested in Pokemon. I'm not super, like, I mentioned my history with the games and having played those. So I'm not, like, super into the trading card game. But they're doing a lot of cool stuff. My daughter's really into it, so I like to, at least, I don't want to 100% fully support and overwhelm her with shit, with, like, Pokemon cards and stuff, but I want to at least show her that we, support her hobbies and such. And this isn't a really bad one. I mean, it could be a big money sink, but I'm trying to teach her the value of like collecting and trading and such. So that's the joy of playing it, collecting it, things like that. There's a market there that's pretty ridiculous because actually one of the guys I work with he like wiped out a Target by me, just buying Pokemon cards and stuff from them, just like completely wiped out their entire stock, which is a bit nuts. But he's also very big into the market of buying and selling, so, he's got his own investment plan going. Still ironing out the details on the brew day, like when I'm going to do my brew day. My boss is actually very interested in checking it out, so I'm trying to iron out a day sooner rather than later. So I think tonight I'm going to take a look at the calendar with the wife and see what days we can swing next month to do the brew day. I want to do one soon, but I don't think I'm going to have time over the weekends to do it. So I'm kind of putting that on standby. I may do some introductory videos, just kind of like talking about equipment and stuff. I have a few pieces of gear I still want to buy, but I really don't have the cash right now to buy anything, so that's not going to happen, really. I'll sit and dream like I usually do, but I won't be buying anything. Another one of the games I mentioned before too, RimWorld. I think I'm definitely going to do a playthrough of that again. It's been a while since I touched it, so I have to see if there's any updates, if there's any new content out there. If there is, awesome. If not, oh well. Still debating if I'm going to play it modded or not, because being modded adds a lot of content, but also adds a lot of, not necessarily grinding, but like, it adds a lot of resources to the game and like intermediate steps. It doesn't make it more difficult or challenging. It just makes things more cluttered and annoying. But you get some cool stuff out of it. So it's half of one. What was it? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Whatever the hell is it? Phrases. One of the things I was looking at doing, having heard my outro music. I haven't actually put my intro music on anything new lately because it's kind of dated. I want something new. My outro music's just barely holding up anymore, so I'm thinking about doing either a stream or a video session where while I'm doing my basically composing a new track for my channel. I want to do a kind of like a channel video, but I really don't have enough content yet to really justify it. Like once I get like into the niche of like what the channel's going to be. Like right now, it's all gaming Let's Plays and well, in these vlogs, so there's really not much to it. And there's not really much to do as far as like a channel introductory video. I think once we get some more content, if I start actually getting back into making music again, I can see more stuff going there. I was originally thinking about bringing the music back into the picture when my daughter was starting to show an interest, but she immediately phased out of it. Like we're starting to find like instructors for piano lessons, because as far as like, I'm not a professional, I'm not talented as far as music goes. Like I can get my way around and do things I need to do. If I wanted to make a song, I can make a song. If I want to lay down some kind of a track or like with my media studio, I can pull that off. But I'm by no means like a pianist. So we were looking at piano instructors and such, and then as we were starting to iron that out, she kind of just was not really showing interest, so I just stopped that search. Whoa there. Jesus, dude. People don't know how to drive in their own fucking lane. My God. My youngest daughter, though, I can kind of see her getting into it. Like, she's just a fucking wild card at this point, so we'll see what her thoughts are on the situation as she gets older. If one of them was into music, I can totally get into it again. It's not that it's boring or anything by yourself, but keeping like that, being the only one in the house that has a passion for music makes it kind of hard to really thoroughly enjoy it. So that's a thing. So overall, I mean, I don't have too much to talk about because we did the morning vlog. I don't have any like specific topics that I want to talk about right now. Kind of already used up all my ammo for this session. But I don't think the car vlogs will be a daily thing. I've just been doing them the last couple days just to kind of get a feel for it and see if I like this format. And I do. I really do like this format because it's not distracting me from driving. It's giving me an avenue to just kind of like discuss things and just talk about what's on top of my head when I have things. So I'm happy. I'm kind of happy with it. Don't know how well received they'll be overall, but I'm definitely gonna spread out how often they are. The ride home seems to be still the best option. The morning ones are alright, but I'm usually recording those pretty much in the beginning of my drive, not the second half of my drive. So I'm still not like haven't really thought about what I wanted to talk about at that point. Or at least with this one, I had some, the first part of my drive as I was doing my, my official brain dump. I was thinking of ideas of what I wanted to talk about and discuss amongst my brain. So it was, I don't know, it's a different delivery, I guess, at this point. I had less to say this time around, I think. I don't know where we're at as far as the clock, but yeah, it's so maybe, I don't even know if every other day is really going to be a fit. Maybe I'll just do like a weekly car vlog. I think that seems to be the best fit. Maybe anytime I have something worth talking about, I'll just do one on random in between. I don't know. See, that's an interesting thing to think about, is really, do I do like a 15-minute car vlog a week and then throw ones in during the week where actually that does make sense, where say like Friday's a good fit. Do a Friday car vlog on the way in to work, I think. On the way home, it'll definitely be a more relaxed environment because I'm not going to work, first of all. Second of all, it's going to be like if I do it on Friday, it'll be Friday. On an interesting topic, space engineers was something I wanted to do for a while too. My friend Adam and I were talking about doing a series for quite a while, and I was doing all sorts of planning with it. I was doing some script writing, because it was going to not just be like a whatever free-for-all series. It was actually be like, the initial parts of it, there'll be like a script getting you going. Wow, it's the third Domino's delivery car I've seen going up this road. But, brain fart, space engineers, we were going to do like we had like a little story going for the beginning of it, and then kind of roll with it in survival, occasionally throw in little plot points here and there, but we never really got around to it. I mean, I haven't had the time to really build and finish constructing certain things. Like one of the big opening things was involving like a big ship, I forget if we were going to do a big ship or like an actual space station, but it's like a mobile base for like space exploration, and plot event happens and we get separated, and there was a couple things we were going to do, and we find the station in wreckage. It was just like space, just a Hulk just drifting through space at that point. So we thought about that and thought that would be kind of cool, but we never really got around to it. And then space engineers opened up the concept of planets, whereas before I made basically a giant, I guess not giant, but I basically made a moon. Just a big rock and resource moon that we made that was going to be our base. Like I set up all these things where we would get, like that would be the scenario. But now with the planets, I don't have to come up with some bullshit reason as to why we crash on this moon. We can literally be just pulled in by gravity on a planet and be forced to crash land on it. Like there's so many different things we could do. So that's still up for discussion. Was there anything else on that list that really caught my eye? That's pretty much it. I think that's about all I have to say for this session. So what I'll do is get the AM PM versions kind of spliced together to one solid video, and we'll take it from there. This will probably be the last car vlog for a while, until I have more to talk about. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.